Okay, first of all, the title is a clickbait. The real solution to fix the weapon is to not fix it at all, and to not buff it. Don't freak out, Helldiver. Hear me out. The correct way to deal with this, that will satisfy most of the players, is to make an upgraded version of the Constitution that will be unlockable in a warband. Preferably in a free warband, the current one, or a new free warband, as this one has already become slightly crowded and expensive. Wherever it ends up being, it will be fine. Currently, there are two major sides if it comes to the discussion around R-2124 Constitution rifle. 1. This weapon is amazing. 2. This weapon is garbage. And they are both correct. Let me explain my train of thought. The Constitution rifle is one of the most enjoyable, gameplay-wise, weapons I've used in Helldivers 2. I was always a big fan of old-school World War II shooting games. They simply scratched that itch. Most of you probably know it well. The harsh, metal clinky sounds, the animations of reloading bolt-action guns, the feeling that each of your shots is meaningful. All this audio-visual feedback you get from pulling the trigger, the iron sights, it's all such a densely packed nostalgia buffet. I just cannot resist. However, these pure bliss and fantasy that were almost fulfilled are brutally hit by the reality, like a speeding train, mauling and crushing my dreams with the harsh truth. That this weapon's stats are fucking garbage. Just what in the liberty is this? It's worse in stats than diligence, and worse in everything else too. It's just bad. As you can notice, all the footage I have was taken on Trivial, as I want to be providing meaningful contributions to my fellow compatriots in Dive. And I'm sadly too bad to do so whilst using the Constitution rifle on difficulties higher than 7. I'm too old and too rusty to get good anymore. I just can't use this gun during normal play, as I become a deadweight. I stop pulling my weight, which is a huge shame, as I really love this gun. It's my wet dream come true, except it's not, as we all got blue-balled with abysmally low specs on this gun that completely cripple it for most players. This weapon is just way too fun to play with to be this bad. But it cannot be buffed. It mustn't be buffed. Please remember that it's a free starter weapon. Buffing it will break early progression for the new players. It will make early game feel like shit, knowing the next weapons you spend like 1,000 medals on are going to perform worse than the one you got at the start. And here comes the savior idea. Just make an upgraded version. There are weapons in the game already that have a direct upgrade or a side grade, so it shouldn't be a problem to do it again. It's the perfect solution. It's easier on the devs than making a new weapon, as they can tweak the model, just make new textures and reuse some assets like animations, which are amazing, by the way, on this gun. Did you notice that when you're not reloading from empty, the Helldiver holds the rounds back with his finger to prevent them from jumping out. It's such a cool detail. I really love this gun. So, let us fix this ordeal together, the easiest way possible, making as many Helldivers happy in the process as possible. Meet our new gun, R-2184, the Amendment. And since it won't be a starter weapon anymore, let's fix those stats. 300 damage seems perfect. 8 rounds should be able to fit in if we squeeze them hard enough and whisper sweet words of liberty to them. And let's up our caliber a bit to go from medium armor penetrating to heavy armor penetrating. And there we have... wait, let's not forget about the bayonet. Our managed democracy has advanced. Surely we could have them made a bit longer, and from some new, fancy alloys. Perhaps a Viper blade even? And, of course, let's not forget the iron sights. They're cool, don't get me wrong, but let's make them a little bit less view obstructing. And there we have it. Problem solved. The devs are happy, Helldivers are happy, the Liberty Day has been saved. The Ministry of Truth will record this year's anniversary as a perfect celebration, with no dissatisfied dissidents requiring immediate investigation. That is, if the amendment rifle gets released. All jokes aside, I really do hope some kind of a weapon similar to the Constitution rifle will be released. This video of mine is nothing more but a loose idea, a small suggestion. Constitution would be my favorite gun in the game if not for these stats. It's way too fun to play with, to leave it to collect dust, abandoned on the weapon rack, as a relic of the past. Making a better version seems like the most logical choice to me. That's all from me. Time to shut up and go back to helldiving.